Let me welcome you all to Decentralized 2018. Looking forward to 2019 Decentralized. We are a couple of hours away from storming and going out to the city, but bear with us. I will be talking about human resources and the new challenges of human resources with AI and blockchain. I've been teaching human resources for many years. I've been teaching human resources, industrial psychology, and organizational behavior. And lately, the challenges that we have and the discussions we have with the students, which are barely mentioned in the textbooks, either Greek or English textbooks, is how the life of a human resource manager or officer will change with basically artificial intelligence and blockchain. The goal of any HR is basically to identify the right candidate fit, and not only that, to amplify success. In order to do that, though, years ago, we would collect tons and tons of paperwork. With the Industrial Revolution years ago, we would basically cluster individuals in appalling conditions where young individuals and old individuals will be together working for a piece of bread. Today, though, it appears that social networking is becoming business networking. So when we do demos in class related to recruiting and selection, we look at Facebook, we also look at LinkedIn, and we get information from those two particular social networks, the pictures people upload, okay, what they write on their profile, and sometimes we are able to gather information on the candidates. And we also use online interviews. At the University of Nicosia, we use online interviews because we recruit individuals from all over the world. However, will your next job interview be with a robot? With a robot called George, so I won't call a robot Maria. Okay, someone commented earlier on, why do we call robots female names? So I'll call him George. Would George be able to interview you, identify your emotions, your skills, your capabilities, and not only that, be able to assess you, do performance appraisal, and with a click on a button, be able to fire you, let you go? That's scary, isn't it? And in discussion with the students and referring to a colleague's presentation earlier on, artificial intelligence, okay, requires high level of human intelligence. All right, so the scary question that someone asked my colleague Constantinos earlier on, bear that in mind. We are looking about Generation Z. That's the generation that has an iPhone and an iPad and an iWatch in their hands. They are able to communicate among themselves while they are at a cafe electronically. Face-to-face interaction has disappeared. So how are we catering to this generation? These are the people that will come into our work. How are we going to cater to their own needs? And to refer to King's words, before someone can recruit these social warriors, referring to Generation X individuals, it is necessary to build a strategy to earn their loyalty and bring them out of their shell, talking about the digital shell, okay? So we no longer collect CVs on paper. We no longer scan material. We have things that are placed digitally on blockchain, and we basically start looking at machines that will help us out. A question to you, will your next employees be frying hamburgers without the risk of burning their hands? But would that disqualify individuals from working at McDonald's? I don't know. I worked at McDonald's many years ago. When I was a student in Massachusetts, I didn't like it because I did burn myself. Also, will your next contract be a smart contract? And we heard a lot about smart contracts and blockchain earlier on. Well, if that is a yes on both questions, Yes, we are targeting global talent, and what we look for, what we should focus on, is the right fit candidate. And now we have artificial intelligence to help us out. We should focus also on leadership and leadership skills, on skills, up-to-date skills. This is why universities and institutions need to basically advance everything they do. Even in my classes, in my AHR classes, I need to enrich these classes with the updated new technology that still the books that we use, today's books, barely refer to this. We also have to increase employee experience and on a smarter cognitive recruitment. So let's look at that. Human resources. In human resources, we need to move from an era dominated by process to an era dominated by cognition, cognitive era. By using artificial intelligence, by using cognitive thinking, augmented reality, and someone asked about augmented reality earlier on, we can discuss that after the break, and experimenting, and also blockchain. So how will blockchain renovate human resources? We are in the process of renovating human resources. The way you and I get into industry, are assessed, are appraised, are trained, are fired, or are able to move up their occupational ladder. So human resources has been using technology and has transformed employee experience, looking from the past to the present and how we move forward. However, blockchain technology will take the experience even further beyond by accelerating the rise of gig economy. All right, we are talking about Generation Z. Now, let's look at some beautiful here statistical data that came from a study by fitsmallbusiness.com just a few weeks ago. And they talk about the 10 highest paying gig economy jobs. And the salary range from the first one, it's about $130 per hour, to the lowest paid, according to the statistics here, and the graphs and the surveys, to about close to $40 an hour. If you want more information, I have it in my database. So the study shows that today, deep learning and artificial intelligence is one of the highest paid jobs in the gig economy. All right, we outsource these individuals. Then blockchain architecture, robotics, ethical hugging, cryptocurrency. Number 6 is Amazon Web Services and Lambda coding. Virtual reality. Number 8 is React.js developers. Number 9 is Final Cut Pro Editor. And number 10, Instagram marketing. This is information that we should all be using in training our employees to gain their experience and be competitive. Now, the future. Wow, let's reimagine our future workplace. Let's reimagine how we will function a few years from now and how Generation Z will be able to function. Remember that social media and digital culture, which socially are transforming our workplace, okay, should be a reflection of our private life. So work as an extension of our social life. Everywhere we go, we carry with us the technology. We need design thinking, becoming culturally different, agile thinking, and experimenting through blockchain, artificial intelligence, and also augmented reality. So, need to transform in human resources from recruitment, that's the title that most of our books have, both Greek and English, to basically talent acquisition, and from intuition, and a lot of books that we use talk about intuition, to intellect. So artificial intelligence and blockchain are the accelerator to these changes. So we need to acquire more intelligently, faster and better quality of candidates. We need to have that future job fit, organizational fit, cultural fit, digital fit, with smarter recruiters. And the use of machine, use of equipment and pre-existing social data, and then apply advanced cognitive data capabilities. And I think Konstantinos earlier on talked about the AGI project and how they are able to basically put all this information on the blockchain. So blockchain and recruitment, we need to recruit talent. We need managing costs that way, but also removing all unnecessary impediments and creating a nice pipeline for all these ways of doing it in a more efficient, more effective way. So smart contracts, and Konstantinos addressed some of the issues in the previous presentation. We talk about not only autonomy, but also trust, speed, savings, backup, accuracy, safety, and of course, the safety with encryption. So we have it there. It cannot be modified. It cannot be changed. Okay? And one example of this, the employment recruiting platform, is the HireMatch, which is the first decentralized blockchain-based employment marketplace for talent acquisition. So this is a platform which will reduce the cost of the recruiters, of the employers, by finding the proper candidate, the proper match, as I said earlier on, interviewing and hiring new employees. And they do it with the use of ERC20 tokens called iHire. So we are able to start a new phase, a new era in the recruiting and selection process. In other words, acquiring, bringing in talent, the best talent, which is resourcing, interviewing, hiring, and powerful API by posting on social networks, or job boards, and many other outlets, and sending the particular individuals that we have discovered, okay, to the prospective employers with the highest quality candidates at a fraction of a cost as we have it now. So hiring top talent with blockchain, we have transparency, we have hack-proof or immutable way of recruiting, employment timeline, educational verification is done automatically in a very professional, effective way. I think my time is coming up. Smart contracts and also privacy senses. I know I'm used to teaching for 3-4 hours, so 15 minutes is not enough for me. So we are reinventing the hiring process. So will the players, the existing players, survive? Will they adapt? Or will they become obsolete? We do not really want to become obsolete. All right? We need to become more trained. Now, a few sentences on basically AI and recruiting. Okay, AI and talent acquisition, identifying job candidates, having proactively a pool of candidates, and also vetting candidates. And we do all this with the use of predictive analytics and neuroscience games, and pretty much it was mentioned in the previous presentation about the brain. We have now robots and software that would be able to identify emotion. This is what we used to do, and we still do in human resources when we interview people, face-to-face, nonverbal communication. Our life is becoming a lot easier, okay, with emotion recognition with the software called Affectiva, and also emotional intelligence and trustworthiness, again, with software that will actually help us identify talent, and not only that, the person fit for the job and the organization, identifying also emotional traits, soft skills, identifying cognitive traits, which can also help us remove the human bias that you and I have in a day-to-day interaction, the unconscious bias, and the software is able to recommend candidates. So we now, with the use of AI, we have high-quality matches, more accurate fit between the organization, the culture of the organization, and the job itself, the job requirements, the tasks and the elements of a job. CV screening is made a lot easier than having someone flipping through the pages, okay? Use engaging tests to assess candidates, and I do have students now that go through this in their recruiting and selection process, build personality profiles like Ansaro, building predictive models, facial and speech recognition. Okay, and that was mentioned in previous presentations, how they are able to recognize our speech and also facial movements and facial recognition. And I should say that, yes, we have I'm almost done. I have 7 seconds left. We are revolutionizing human resources. Yes, we are. From traditional to basically self-executing smart contracts. Okay? We need to realize that AI and blockchain require high level of human intelligence. Let's not forget human intelligence. We are closing the fourth. We are at the fourth industrial revolution. We are at the digital age and the big shift. An augmented workforce is a combination of people and also machines. Okay? So, since my time is up, what I would like from you, if you could, okay, tell me what you think about the future of human resources, how human resources would look like in the future. I have a question for you. Please let me know about your thoughts. This is my email. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening. Okay?
Thank you very much.